Alright, my name is Alec Keener, and for my final project, I made a game, which is what you see right here. It's called Joshua's Mythological Adventure, and I think it turned out pretty decently. It took a very long time to make, obviously, but we're gonna get into it, and throughout the playthrough of it, I will stop and I will go into what happened with coding and what inspired me to do certain things and all that fun stuff. So here we go. So this story follows our protagonist Joshua. Little does he know, he's about to be thrust into an adventure spanning both space and time. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this bed all day. Cannot wait to pass out. Where in the blazes am I? Is that chilling just now? A festival, perhaps? How curious. I don't recall many holidays approaching. And this is the little opening area here. I decided to put a lot of kind of Easter eggs, I suppose, into the game, so if you interact with random things, stuff happens. So if you interact with this, you get that message, you go to the beginning, that, third time, you'll start cheering. Boy, sure I should have part of cheering. Maybe I'll join in on my own. No, it wouldn't be the same. So, go up here, be greeted by this little plaza, this sign that is mysteriously in a language that you can't understand. So heading to the left, you'll be greeted by this little temple thing, and a man inside of it. This man is a character that you will be seeing a little bit throughout the game, so that's fun. Now this is blocked off over here, but if you interact with it, I believe I can see a library beyond here. Alright, good to know. Coming into here, you will find a cutscene. Well, this place has certainly seen better days. A shrine, perhaps. It's fallen into such disrepair. Can't seem to read this. Now, see, the read is in red because that's important. Looks like it's in another... What was... That man, he's doubled over. Sir, are you alright? There's wine everywhere. And Latin, more Latin, some more Latin. Can't understand a word this drunkard is saying. Oh well, seems I won't be much help. Was that Latin? And he's gone. Spooky. But now you can interact with this. But, of course, you can't read it. As the protagonist clearly says. But now, coming over here, these little blockades are gone, so we can walk up here into the library. Now, if you interact with this book titled The Fundamentals of Latin rests on the table. Will you read it? Now, this is a branching dialogue path, but for the sake of showing more interesting programming, I'm going to pick no. See no reason to waste my time reading. Maybe you should read that book. You pick no again. You're smitten with lightning. And you concede into reading the book. So, book title Fundamentals of Latin rests on the table. What will you do? And now you're given two options that are the same thing. But if you pick sure, you hesitantly flip through the pages, and you're suddenly filled with an without your consent, you are not able to understand Latin. I feel weird. If you interact with it again, you get this message. But Now that we are able to understand Latin, we can come down here and interact with this, which now we can see it says worship district. To the left is Jupiter, to the right is Janus. Jupiter, Janus, worship. What's going on here? Now, I would like to stop for a second and go into what the coding of this area is. Apparently I cannot, never mind. So if we go back through here, we can go into the shrine and we can read this now. So we're given a very easy riddle, and if powerful forces are applied to the left, you will go to paradise. And the protagonist gets it. So the idea is you're supposed to come over here and interact, but I made it case sensitive to where if you go to each side, you get a different message. So there's nothing written on the right side. However, on the back side, there's a message. Wrong side, dummy. A slight breeze can be felt on the side of this shrine. Try to push it, and of course, going down here, you are met with the door basement. The best map in the game. Certainly unexpected. I don't see anyone around. Might as well see where it leads. It's locked. Of course. Maybe the others will open. I don't know what I expected. And so, Joshua wandered around the room until he checked the rest of the doors lying at the top of the room. Sadly, to no avail. Of course, they were locked. Also, check the lower floor, even though I doubt they'll lead anywhere, even if they're unlocked. Why do I get the feeling someone is disturbing my doors? Perhaps I just imagined it. That door. So, now you can go through this door and follow that mysterious man. And you're met with the equally mysterious meadow, as the map is entitled. So, 4 doors and a little signpost. If you interact with the signpost, you're given another riddle. So, beware ligneous tricksters enveloped in lies, festering deception that beguiles. Okay. So, the idea with this puzzle is you're able to knock on each of the doors. 2 are wooden, and 2 are metal doors that are disguised with magic or something. So, going back to the riddle, it tells you to beware ligneous tricksters enveloped in lies, festering deception that beguiles. So, beware ligneous tricksters. So, beware wooden tricksters. And as you can see here, these lines spell out the word left. So, beware the left ligneous trickster. So, each door does a different thing. Only one of them is correct, but if you enter each, you are teleported around. If it's the incorrect, of course. So that one teleports you back. This one teleports you over here. Oh boy, looks like you found yourself in quite the predicament. Don't worry though, I'll bail you out. Can't have you stop this yet. And you're given a get out of jail free card. This one brings you back to the beginning, of course. And the 4th one, which is the answer to the riddle, being that it's metal and all that, will bring you to the next scene. You. How did you get in here? The door? No, of course. I don't know why I expected any different. You're the man I met earlier, aren't you? He's unresponsive. Hey, where are we? You mean to tell me you don't know? Not exactly. I just followed you in. Blindly? You followed me blindly into the unknown? This is the first time someone has followed me in decades. Followed? Precisely. To those fools I fell out of style long ago. Me, the one who provided them the greatest protection of all of the gods. That certainly sounds... Wait. Did you say gods? Of course I did. Do you not know who you stand before? Apparently not. Fascinating. And yet you were drawn to me nonetheless? This man seems unstable. This is fabulous. Do you know what this means? It means I still have this special touch. You won't even let me get a word in. Perhaps, perhaps fate drove you here. To study under me, of course. Study. Certainly, who, in fact, would not wish to be tutored by the Master of Doors? The Master of Doors. What is that, your title? You certainly are a decidedly odd one, aren't you? Your clothing is enough to set you apart on its own. Where do you hail from, stranger? I don't suppose you've heard of Virginia? No, never. Where do you hail from? Where else? Rome. Rome, doors, gods. This man, he must be. And at this point, you're provided enough clues to figure out what his name is. And of course, you're supposed to type in Janus. However, another case of displaying the different branches of coding. If you do not type in his name, you're given this. No, that's not it. Let's give this another try. If you do it wrong once more. Hey, psst, the answer is Janus. Hey, shut up, I knew that. Who are you talking to? No one. But if you mess up one more time, you're so bad at following directions that I'm going to progress the game on my own. Hope you're proud of yourself. You're Janus, aren't you? Are we finally on the same page? Perfect. Absolutely fabulous, actually. There is something that I don't quite understand, though. Actually, there are several things. Perhaps I'll be able to help you with your questions, friend. First off, why are you hiding away? That's simple, though slightly painful for me to recall. You see, I was once regarded as one of the strongest gods. In fact, I was placed alongside Jupiter due to my power, though more recently I've fallen out of the public eye. This is reflected heavily in the status of my temple, as I'm sure you've seen. Due to this, I've fallen into a bit of a distressful spiral. I've become more of the bottle has become my follower, as you've also seen. As regrettable as it is, I couldn't help myself. It must be quite pitiable that you found me earlier actually hiding from the festival of Vinalia, which is dedicated to Jupiter, which of course I do not want to attend. Thank you. That definitely helps. Now, on to my second question, though I'm not sure you'll be able to answer it. I will try my best. Okay, Janus, what year is it? 12 AD, naturally? Yeah, see, that's kind of the problem. Oh? I'm from the year 2018. Surely you're kidding. I wish I was. The last thing I remember was going to sleep, then I just woke up here. It's absolutely fascinating. And slightly terrifying, of course. My apologies, friend. Oh, no, not at all. Now, Janus, have you heard of this happening before? I don't recall anything similar to this transpiring in the past. I don't believe I can help you, the one who has rekindled my hope. However, I do have an idea. There's a library not far from my temple. Perhaps it could hold the information you seek. Here, I'll open up a quick... Shall we go? Oh, I don't feel too well all of a sudden. Are you alright? You're sweating up a storm. Are you alright? Oh no, oh no. Can you hear me? Get up. Please get up. And then jarbled fun stuff. So, that is the ending of chapter 1. We're now moving on to chapter 2 with Jade of Stone, which is set, as you will see, in Norse mythology now. So, we're given this little nice snowy area and a building. Well, here we go again. This place is a bit more homey. Sure. Did I stumble into another celebration? That blonde man seems to be the center of attention. Perhaps I should start with him. So, this map is obviously very different than the other one in that there are a ton of people to talk to. But of course, you can't understand any of them. Why do I feel like they're laughing at me? Icelandic. What language is this? More foreign language. Even more, they're having a little conversation. Spragingu. It's a pretty good word. Alright, now we'll talk to the blonde man. Sir? Is that English I'm hearing? Lad, who are you speaking a foreign tongue? Well, I suppose I'm a foreigner. I can tell as much by looking at you. Where'd you get those clothes, boy? That hair? Where's the luster? Well, I'm not entirely sure if I know what you're talking about. You seem to be a bit far from home, yeah, so I've recently realized. Where am I, exactly? Come now, boy, that'll come later. For now you look exhausted. How's about you take a room upstairs, relax, unwind a bit? I don't know, I'm not exactly well off on currency right now. It'll be on the house. Between you and me, I'm a tad popular around here. Well, as long as you're paying, I suppose. Sure, I'll take you up. Good, good. Take this chairs and you'll right up. I'll even accompany you, lad. So now the blonde man is following me. And going up to the stairs on the right. It's the first, well, only door on your left. We will be going in this door. It's certainly nice and... Alright, it's time for you to cut it out. What do you mean? Did I do something wrong? Don't play coy with me, lad. I can smell it on you. You can smell me? Aye. What does that mean? You're not of this realm, but you can't fool me. I can smell the god on you, lad. Now, question is, what are you doing in Midgard? What are you talking about? Eh? No, seriously, what are you talking about? Look here, I just want to know what you're doing outside of your realm. There's no need for trouble, stranger. Are you implying that you think I'm a god? Of course I am. Were you not joking about smelling me? No, I can smell it on you. How can you smell that? What are you talking about? You can too. Because I'm a god. Which means that you're a god, aren't you? Lad, are you doing okay? Are you new to this? I'm not a god. At least I don't think I am. Who are you? Ah, yes, seems I've gotten ahead of myself. I'm Balder, son of Odin. Oh, again. Oh, what? What do you mean again? It's a bit of a story. Joshua relays the past events to Balder. Janus. Never heard of him, but I'll take your word for it, lad. It's gotta be why I thought you were a god. Must have worn off on you or something. Regardless, your story's quite interesting. You believe me? Well, I suppose that's all I can do. Now, on to your future, lad. Crossing between realms isn't out of the ordinary here. I think we might be able to get you home. Really? How do we do that? You ever heard of the Bifrost, lad? Isn't that the bridge that connects the realms? Precisely. The problem is, though, we'll need your realm's travel rune to get you back. Travel rune? I have no idea what that could even be. Oh, well, I see. Perhaps it'll come to you. I'm not quite sure that it will. What is your realm, lad? Earth, I suppose. Or maybe Virginia? I've never really thought about it, actually. That's alright. Either way, you do need to unwind. Why don't you collect your thoughts here in Midgard for a bit? Perhaps I do. It's decided. Here, take my bed over there. Wait, this is your room? I did say that I was a bit popular around here, yeah? I guess you weren't lying. Ha! It's a bit of an understatement, seems to me. Anyways, I will leave you to your rest. Thank you, Balder. By Mjolnir, I almost forgot. Here, take this. It'll help me understanding the language of my people. Balder rummages through his coat and pulls out an apple. An apple? Aye, but not just any apple. This right here is a magical apple. An Idun apple. Just one bite and you should be granted some useful knowledge. An Idun apple isn't the food of the gods. Should I really eat this? One bite wouldn't hurt you. I think. You think. Trust me. I'm a god, aren't I? Well, anyways, I'm going to go. Sweet dreams. And he's gone. Well, I got this apple. Balder was pretty adamant of me eating it. One bite couldn't hurt, right? And I am pretty hungry. Why not? You take a bite out of the Idun apple. Just one. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Joshua blacks out. An indefinite amount of time later. Oh, my head. Where am I? Oh my. The door's locked. What? Maybe if I knock on the door, I can get someone's attention. So, I'll knock on the door. I don't think anyone heard. Maybe I try to shout. So I'll yell at the door. Help me, please help. Oh, please help me. No? Alright. So now we're given one of 4 options. All the options are the same. They're all to panic. Oh god, I'm literally going to die here. This is where it all ends for me. Okay. Calm down. This is an inn after all. Someone is bound to find me eventually, right? Might as well look around to pass the time. There are all those papers, not to mention the plants. So now I get to investigate these papers spread about the room. Looks like a checklist. Everything's crossed off though. Looks like a checklist. There's still a few that aren't crossed out. Winds of Hell, Mistletoe, Svartal Steel. Certainly interesting, but I have no idea what it could mean. What is this? I was never good with botany. Jeez, how long is this going to take? Are those footsteps? My room is last on the right, Holder. Aye, worry not. I can make my own way. Who are you? How did you get in my room? Would you believe me if I told you I just woke up here? Not in the slightest. Ah, well, thanks for opening the door then. Yes, certainly. Now be gone. Will do. I thought I was going to be trapped in here forever. Oh, is this the person that man was talking to? What did he call him again? And if you talk to him, you're given this little line of dialogue. He's just standing there. Wonder if he can see me. Oh, believe me, boy, I know you're there. Ah, is he psychic? So that's a little fun little thing. So now I should go look for Balder downstairs. But now that I've eaten the Idun apple and can understand the Norse language, I can talk to everyone. So this lady wishes she could be as loved as Balder. Jeez, what a downer. Hey, you doing okay? Yeah, you were gone for a while. We were starting to get worried. Oh man, isn't Balder just the best? And now for my favorite conversation in the game. Between you and me, I really don't like the girl I'm talking to. The feeling's mutual. Good, I'm only here for Balder anyways. Sorry to fear for my safety. Now, if you speak to this girl, it's the same conversation, but it's just her starting it instead. So they just hate each other. Fun times. Balder's amazing. He bought booze for everyone in the inn. Good old Balder, looking out for his friends. Hey Balder, I think something really weird just happened. Aye, what's ailing you, lad? Well, you see... Hold that thought, lad. Out. You're out. Well, I suppose that does make some matter sense. I did buy the inn a few rounds after all. Is everything alright? Aye, just a little favour to ask. Is that right? Well, you see, the taps run dry, if you catch my meaning, and we'd all appreciate it if you could fetch a full case from the basement. Why me? Well, your head looks clouded. A walk wouldn't do you good. And, well, between you and me, I never was a fan of the dark. Wait, what? And you look a fine strapping lad. You can handle it. No, wait, I think you just said something very important. Here's the key to the cellar, lad. Have a good trip, will you? Oh, and the stairs are on your left. He seriously won't let me get a word in edgewise. Oh well, I suppose a little manual labor won't hurt. So I obtained the cellar key, and if you talk to him again, he's unresponsive. Guess his pride is pretty damaged. You run down here. You can use the key on this door to open it up and grab this case. Wow, were all these filled at some point? How much do these people drink? So Joshua picks up the soulful case. Oof, this is heavy. So now you're slow because you're carrying the heavy cask. However, you can still sprint, so I'll do that. But when coming up, everyone's gone. What's going on over there? Ah, you're just in time, lad. Come up in here beside me. Why? What are we going to do? What does it look like, lad? We're going to dance. So, this is a dancing minigame. In this game, you will be required to press a key and it corresponds with the on-screen prompt. The prompt will always be an arrow key. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Now, this looks really simple, but it also took about 6 hours to code this alone. So, that's the sole reason it's here, because it took so much effort that I can't. Now, wasn't that a nice little time? Yeah, I guess. Why did we do that? Isn't it always nice to get your blood pumping? Well, a lot of them were getting tad restless while you were gone, so I thought I'd entertain him a bit. Yeah, that's actually pretty considerate. And if you can see, these two approach down at the bottom. So, lad, what was it that you wanted to tell me before you went downstairs? Oh, yeah, that. Well, after I went to sleep, I woke up in another room. A locked room. After I ate the apple. I've never heard of that being a side effect of the apple. Do you have any idea what could have happened? You'd have to give me some time, but I could consult the higher-ups. That would be absolutely... Whoa, my head. You doing okay there, lad? Lad, are you okay? Lad? Here, hold on. Would you take this? What is this? An arrow? So, that was the first chapter about Baldur. Now moving on to the Celtic chapter, Knight of Verdia. Now, this chapter is much less impressive, I suppose. It's shorter. There's not as much dialogue or scripted events, but you'll see why. Where am I? I can't really say I'm surprised. Oh my, that sounded close. I might be in danger. I've come to claim your soul. Kneel, mortal, and surrender yourself to me. I'm actually in danger now. I need to get out of here right now. So, this is a chase sequence. If the enemy touches you, you'll be given a game over. Do not get touched. For the sake of time, I will not demonstrate what happens when you get touched in the game over, so I'm just going to run away. He stopped. Fear for your life, mortal. Death awaits no man. Well, this place is much less hospitable than the others. Never thought I'd say this, but I cannot wait to pass out. Moving down, we encounter a map with a little house and a dock. Wonder if anyone's home. Go over to the house, and the door is locked, of course. Really should just assume all the doors I come across will be locked. I guess I'll give the dock a look. Going down the dock, you find a boat. Oh, it's a little rowboat. I wonder if anyone would be mad if I just took it. I'd return it, of course. And I am getting chased by that crazy guy on the horse. What's the harm? To board the boat, approach it and press the interact key, which is the Z key, though that doesn't really matter. And to exit the boat, approach the land and press the interact key again. So, getting on the boat, we will sail over here, where we will find a lake. Going up the lake this direction, we will be shown the next map. And I do not know what to say, because this is just a big blank map. And here we are. And there are some nice clanging noises up here. And apparently a woman fighting some skeletons. You, don't just stand there. Pick up that sword. What? Me? You have a pulse, don't you? Of course you. Huh, she seems serious. So approach the sword, press the interact button to pick it up. Beware, danger lies ahead. So the difference with this chapter is that it has a combat element to it to kind of make up for the lack of content like the others have. terrifying. The hell are you doing out here? What? You kidding me? You could have died. Well, this place is definitely more dangerous. Oh yeah? What told you that? Well, I guess it was the skeletons. Oh, and that crazy guy on the horse. Did you say crazy guy on a horse? Why, yes I did. You're a little close there. Where is it? Where did you see it? Whoa, what is that thing? Are you dense? I'm starting to believe that I am, actually. It's a Dullahan. Wait, like the Headless Horseman? What are you talking about? It doesn't matter. What does matter is that I'm hunting that thing. You're hunting it? Why? Thing's gone rogue. Did you not see the skeletons? I did? Is that important? Skeletons serve the thing. Who are you? Guess you could call me a foreigner. Your name. I want your name. Oh, of course. It's Joshua. Joshua, then. You will accompany to my quarry. Me? Why me? You've seen it. You can find it. Besides, do you not see the body? My companion is dead, and I'm in the need of another. She seemed to get over that quickly. I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Don't be weak. Come. Hey, wait. What? Well, what's your name? Kradna. Come now, Joshua. Don't I get a say? No? Okay. Now, Kradna was a character that we didn't really learn about much, and just not much is written about her either, but she's just a hero within Celtic mythology that did some fun stuff, but I thought I'd use her because I had a very distinct lack of female characters. Okay, but now that we have her and the sword, we will be able to encounter enemies as we walk around here. So, that's a thing. If it's going to happen. It's set on a random timer, of course. But now that we're here, we can fight this skeleton. Now we can go up here and reach the forest. Nothing too strong, really. Just skipping the fights, however, so we can kind of get on with the recording. And also, I would like to, so we can comfortably fight the boss. This is some great luck I'm having with the random encounters. Alright, and here we are, to the final scene of this. Not often do mortals seek out their death, and yet here you are. Dullahan, your treachery ends now. Your senseless reaping of souls is over with. Perhaps you wish to challenge me, mortals. I shall grant your wish, for death shall be delivered to all. Wait. Maybe we should just hold up and think about this. The time for diplomacy ended long ago, stranger. Relatively easy. Wait. Oh, by the way, this is the end of the game, of course. I did 3 chapters, as I had mentioned earlier. Roman, Norse, and Celtic. Celtic was much shorter because time, and all that fun stuff. I had a lot of fun making this. It taught me a lot of stuff about coding and development in general, and I really enjoyed it. So, the credits are coming up. Wait, did we actually do it? Yes. And this character is myself. I put myself in the game in order to kind of give a reason for moving events forward, in that I had a hard time thinking about what I wanted the game to be about necessarily, so what I ended up coming up with was that I needed to make a final project. So I put myself into the game as a god that toys with the protagonist Joshua and kind of places him in all these situations so that I myself can have a final project. And these are the credits. So coding by me, storyboard by myself, dialogue by myself, sound design by myself, character design by myself, Alright, so that is the game. And now that we can be done with that, I will run you through some of the more interesting coding stuff. So going to the library, interior, I can click on this, and you're given the big coding window. And this just has all the branches and stuff and what can happen. So basically, you are given choices. So show choices, read, no, I have no use. So when yes, read it, you flip through the pages and are given the knowledge of Latin immediately. But if you pick no, which I did, you go back and, thunder strikes, and you get scared into reading it. If you pick to read it right off the bat, you go and read it and get the knowledge. But if you pick no like I did, you get struck by the lightning, and you're kind of forced into reading it. Another coding thing that was interesting was this one, where you have to type in Janus's name. Let me find it for a second. Here it is. So the idea with this is it took me a long time to figure out, but it's really simple. So if you go to your little actors tab, which is where I have all my characters, you have to create a blank character, and then you set up in the coding that you will change this character's name. So name input processing right here, 5 characters, and that when that happens, it changes the blank character's name to a new name, which becomes a password practically. So you type in the password and all is dandy, but of course you can mess it up, and if you mess it up 3 times like I showed you, you automatically advance it. And that required me copy and pasting the event several times and manually typing in everything practically, which took at least an hour. Now, the one that took the longest out of all of them was the dance segment. So, starting here, this is the page of code that took me 6 hours to figure out how to do it exactly correctly. So the idea with it is you create a variable and you check that the variable exists, and when the variable exists, you change its value up 1. So that's what you're kind of seeing right here. And when the value is increased by 1, you set all of these control variables, which control the movements that you're going to be doing and the little prompts that appear on screen. And you kind of just keep bumping that up. And it took a while. But once I figured it out, I could just copy and paste it over and over again with a different command right here where it says left QTE, this little thing. That's the command that tells you that you will move left. There is this right here, this little script at the top that tells you that you're going to be inputting the left key on the keyboard. So I had to script that. But after that, I could just copy and paste it and change that little script and change which picture appears on screen that is the button prompt. It took a very long time, but it was fun to figure out. I think that's, well, this was fun. Figure out how to get this to work, which I can show you just a loop of it, because we didn't get to see much of it when I was playing it. But the idea with this is it's really simple, but it took a while to get it to time perfectly and have each skeleton come in when they're supposed to and have the sound effects play right. So that was fun, and I can show you the little coding that went behind that. It's pretty simple though. So here you just have her little sprite, which is there, and you have these move routes of these skeletons. So this one goes to the top one, and he moves down, and in response she jumps back and attacks him and all that fun stuff. And yeah, it's all pretty simple, but it was definitely very trial and error for me, being that this was my first time really doing something like this. I think I've hit on just about everything. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching, I suppose. Hope you got some kind of enjoyment out of it at least.